Well, all right, we're live, sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
We are doing a recording, guys. So we're just away on a little bit of a family winter trip. So we hope y'all are having a great day. Thank you for joining.
Yeah,
And
we didn't want to change the time or
correct.
our date, so this is why we're doing this ahead of time.
And plus, we have a new product.
Yes.
New product launch to tell you all
Yes,
about.
it just launched today, so it's also very exciting that we get to
Yeah.
do our
Yeah.
recording today and then play it for you guys
Yeah.
on, well, I guess you're watching it now, so it's Monday.
Yeah, so hopefully all goes well,
Yes.
right? And then we'll surely talk about this again on another future live as well, so we can answer all your questions and interact with you guys as usual.
Yes, so first off, if you don't already, please like and subscribe to our channel, leave us comments, feedback, and if you do have questions on this topic specifically, make sure you email it to us, so because we're not really live.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, so if you haven't heard, we have our LiveGood
NAD
strips that we are so excited about, and I know this has been a hot request.
Hot request. Does it look familiar? The way the film's open? Look at that. Strips.
So if you haven't, if you're new to us, we also have methylene blue strips.
Ah, good point.
The difference here, this is not going to stain your mouth, your fingers, anything that comes in contact with it. But same purpose, right? You put it in your mouth and you let it fully dissolve.
And I just put mine down in what's called the buccal cavity.
Okay.
It's in between your cheek and your gum. So I let it kind of hang in there.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good absorption.
Dissolves pretty quick.
Better by
I'll get
availability.
into mine in a second too.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So obviously we have our NAD. Today we're going to talk about what NAD is, like basic in plain English so everybody really understands. Why NAD levels drop with age, very, very important. Benefits you actually get from supplementing with NAD, things that you feel. Why we chose dissolving strips.
Okay.
Who's it best for? And, you know, how to use it.
Yeah.
Also, like what to stack.
Yeah, exactly. What to stack, and then also what to do with lifestyle. How can lifestyle impact NAD?
Yeah, which can also kind of go along with stacking, right?
Agreed.
You could say what to stack with supplements, but what other lifestyle factors to stack in there to get the most bang for your buck, right? So to start off, I'm just going to say NAD is one of the most important molecules in the body for cellular energy, right? That's the biggest thing, cellular energy. That's where our bodies thrive from. And repair, so energy and repair. Our dissolving strips are made to support our daily energy, and our mental clarity. What other things? Our recovery.
Yeah. Our DNA repair mechanisms. That's a big one.
Right. Well, healthy aging.
Healthy aging.
Comes with that. And without complicated routines. So, I mean, you might want to say too, NAD is typically in IV form, injection form.
I will talk about the exogenous forms of NAD for sure.
Right. So, but this makes it very simple, easy, and not to mention affordable. What did we price it at? I haven't even looked. I mean, literally, it was put up on the website a couple hours ago.
Oh, it's super tasty. It's
know
very
the
good.
price?
Yeah. No, I do. I looked at it earlier, but maybe we should confirm online if you want to look. But it was
All right, so
natural lemon flavor is really good.
Nice.
Really good.
While we're going through this, I'm going to just briefly go on to our website. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you check out our website.
I think it was member price was $14.95 and the non-member was like $29. So very, very compelling to be a member, of course, obviously.
Right. And if you're new and you
I'm
don't
right.
know what he's talking about with membership, we have a membership option, $9.95 per month, or I think it's $99-ish per year. And with that, you get member pricing. So, I mean, if you're buying more than one
in that case,
supplement a
just
month,
one, right? Yeah.
you save.
Yeah.
And if you check out our website, again, if you haven't.
Keep going.
Gosh, we got a lot.
Man, we got a lot of products. Boy, oh boy, for three. We in your three.
Okay. Member price $14.95, bananas. Retail price $29.95.
Yep.
That's for 15 strips, and we'll discuss use and why 15, not the 30-day supply.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about relatable symptoms that I feel like we all have in common, or we talk about as we go through our day, our life, the craziness. I'm tired even when I sleep. Have you ever said that? Or my workouts don't hit the same way.
Okay.
Right? Things that happen as we age that we notice. This brain fog.
Yeah, lack of focus.
Low motivation.
Low motivation.
Recovery takes longer.
Recovery for sure.
Whether it's from work, whether it's from lack of sleep for some certain reasons, whether it's travel. I mean, you just notice. You take, whether even if you get sick, like it can take longer to recover as we age and things decline. We feel inflamed, achy, just slower in general. I mean, I think all of us can relate. Also, skin health. You could say my skin's not bouncing back, just the same way you say your energy's not bouncing back. Things are changing. And what we want to talk about all of this is what is the root cause. And I've been using this more and more because I always approach everything with a root cause approach. And I love learning about it and I love educating others about it. But I don't want you to think of aging as just as time passing, right? It's actually cellular energy declining. It's not just time. Things are actually taking place inside of you that make these things happen. And your body can't repair, produce, and recover the way it used to. Of
course.
So this is where NAD becomes a major player.
Yeah, that was a really great intro. It covers it in a well said.
So let's talk about it. Since you're the doctor, you're the formulator. Let's talk about what is NAD, and let's keep it simple. Because, or I should say simple in layman's terms, so we all can grab on. I know
can't
it's
promise
hard.
that.
Okay, well, go take it away. I'll jump in if
there
I think
is
anything
a
got
super complex, very technical, scientific process that goes on in our body called the Krebs cycle or the TCA cycle.
Oh, remember that?
Remember that
from
thing?
School.
Oh my gosh, all the energy outputs that come from it, what the inputs are, what the outputs are. And of course, NAD plus and NADH are a really big part of that cycle. And of course, what the whole point is to create and generate ATP, which is your energy currency, right? That's what kind of gives you the energy. So when they first figured all this out, and it was a long time ago, but when NAD was first discovered, I mean, it was like oh boy, this is it. We have found basically the holy grail, the fountain of youth, the longevity molecule. But they pretty much quickly realized that there's some challenges with NAD, right? I mean, it readily oxidizes or reduces between NAD plus and NADH. It flip-flops back and forth. It can be challenging in stability. It can be challenging from a dosage form perspective when taken orally because the gut can just basically inactivate, destroy the NAD. And so those are the challenges. That's why for the most part, NAD has just mostly been available as an IV. Or in solution, or in an injectable form, So you could do an IV, or you could do a subcutaneous or intramuscular
Let's
injection.
Talk about the IV.
Yeah.
If you have ever done or heard about the IV, it typically takes 4
long time.
4 hours.
And they have to. Well, it's because they have to. Exactly, it has to be infused very slowly because too much NAD actually really causes you'll feel muscular contractions in your smooth muscle, so your lungs, and you'll feel like this real hard, crampy feeling, and it's sort of peculiar. It's very unnatural feeling, almost similar to like a suffocation feeling.
Yeah.
It's not. It sounds horrible. It's like, who would want to do that, right? But when done well, the point is, though, that you're giving your body this declining molecule, this molecule that is going away with age, right? After a certain point, it really drops a lot, whether it's 50% at 50 or something like that. And that's the case with a lot of things. Like we talk about, what are some things? Glutathione decreases with age. Collagen production decreases with age. Creatine, the natural production, even you get a lot from your diet, decreases with age. I mean, you just see this pattern. And NAD is of course, is no exception. So being in the injectable form, they realize all the benefit, and there's just a ton. And it's very noticeable, the feeling, right, when you're doing it by IV. But subcutaneous or intramuscular is also another quick way to do it. But again, is that practical for everybody? Absolutely not.
And pricey.
Right, exactly. So what's the next best thing? Well, maybe I'm jumping the gun on the dosage form, but that was our idea, right? That was the concept. It was like, can we do NAD? Realize that NAD is not essential, meaning the body makes it, right? So replacing it makes sense, but there's also precursors and lifestyle habits and different things you can do that can help the body make its own. That's one of the contributing factors to why we chose NAD plus, and why we did it the way we did it. Because we also encourage you to do your vitamins like your B3, and maybe you want the NR or the NMN or some of these precursors that can help the body do its normal production, increase its normal production as well. Because this is technically considered exogenous, right? It's an outside molecule being introduced into the body. For benefit. So that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
For all those reasons.
And I like to think it's like kind of like the spark plug for like your
I heard
energy,
that. Yeah.
which is ATP,
I heard someone say that.
Our ATP.
Yeah.
So like the spark plug, and we talk a lot about mitochondrial health, especially we highlighted a lot with our methylene blue. But I want you to think like without NAD, the mitochondria don't work as efficiently.
Yeah. Again, the TCA cycle or the Krebs cycle.
Right. So just shows the importance of this. So it's used energy production.
Energy production is probably the main cellular, right? Cellular energy. DNA repair and health is a big part of it,
Right.
believe it or not. And that's where you want to really be careful with lifestyle stuff, because DNA alterations, whether it's a SNP, like something that happens where that becomes a chronic disease, right? That becomes some type of
Sure.
big time issue where there's a cancer that is now basically
Right.
promotes
That's it,
growth,
right.
something like that. So maintaining healthy DNA is a big part of that.
Yeah, I like it. I wrote down this analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Just if your cell in your body, if a cell is a phone, NAD is the battery charger and the repair tech. So you just like it needs that, right? It needs a battery charger. You need to charge your phone. You need to charge your cells. You need to. It's just. I know maybe it's not an investment,
Yeah,
but I mean,
can
just
relate.
another way
Sure.
to like think of it. Just
Another
really,
analogy.
just like really
Metaphor.
to explain like how important it actually is. Did you talk about why? I have on here the why.
Why NAD?
Why NAD declines with age. Stress, inflammation, poor sleep.
Alcohol, big time. And she looks at me like I'm a big drinker.
No, because we were just
talking
talking
about
about
before
it.
the call. Like alcohol, this guy.
Sorry, he just said one of the major things that wipe out our NAD is alcohol. So.
Alcohol. So even casual drinkers, but heavy drinkers for sure. For sure.
Toxin exposure. We talk about this a lot.
Sedentary is a
obviously.
big one because the exercise thing actually promotes better energy metabolism.
Right.
Muscle tissue.
But you know,
promotes
this is
better.
also, it just goes with a lot. I feel like how many years I spent doing this. Intense training without proper recovery. I was like very guilty, and I still have to talk myself into recovering properly. But you have to understand too that too much of things, right? It's too much stressors, too much intensity, too much is still negative and can still wipe out your NAD. So I feel like that's why, I mean, athletes are really, they do recover well. You know, it's part of their program. But I mean, they're big on supplementing NAD or IV forms or whatever.
Sure.
Okay, so we talked about benefits: energy, stamina, mental clarity, healthy aging, longevity, DNA repair, cellular repair, metabolism, weight support indirectly because of everything else that you're supporting.
Of course.
Recovery, physical performance.
Yep.
I mean, gosh, guys, this is crazy. Cardiovascular and circulation support.
Yep.
I mean, it's just so many things that this one little guy does. So I'm really happy we were able to bring this to LiveGood.
Yeah, of course.
Bring and at affordable pricing.
Yes.
I mean, that's the biggest thing because it is expensive. So if you've never heard of NAD and you start looking up other companies, you're going to see hefty price tags.
You will. You absolutely will. And sourcing matters, trying to get NAD plus, making sure it's NAD plus is a big deal. And stability, yep, of course.
He was worried about that.
Yep.
The stability of it over time.
Yep.
So pass the test.
Yep.
What do I say? You know, when Dr. Ryan thinks about this stuff, he looks at every part of it, right? It really comes from the pharmacy background, how his brain is just trained to do that way. So I feel like that's a great unique thing that we bring to the table with supplements to LiveGood. Okay, so we have 15 strips. You recommend taking every other day. How do you kind of feel like?
So again, going back to being an exogenous NAD molecule, the point isn't to necessarily get after it every day with something from outside, right?
Okay.
If you wanted to focus on replenishing or rebuilding the body, you would use exogenous kind of little bumps, right, multiple times a week, and then you'd fill in with some of the other stuff that the precursors are, the B vitamins. So making sure you get your niacinamide, making sure that you have whether it's NR or NMN. We could talk more about that later, and maybe that's a product for us again in the future, right? We definitely acknowledge and respect that path, but I wanted to tackle this first.
Yeah, for sure.
And 2 to 3 days a week, every other day is perfectly fine. It sort of models even similar to our methylene blue.
Right.
We did 15 strips because I get the most out of it that way. I also feel as though the body should be given its chance to be able to produce its own.
Right.
Not that there's necessarily a true negative feedback loop here, but if you're constantly supplementing NAD and the body just senses there is NAD, maybe it doesn't make as much on its own naturally.
Right.
Maybe slightly misplaced, but you know what? It's the right philosophy.
Sure.
You know?
No, I agree.
Like, I'm not going to tell everybody to sit there. Like, maybe you're not going to tell anybody to take every single thing every single day. Now, when it's indicated, I certainly will.
Right.
But I didn't feel like it was in this case.
Right.
You know?
And I will say, like for methylene blue, example for me personally, I don't take every other day, but I take like a week at a time, and then
Oh,
I take
yeah.
a little break. So
You
like
can do that too.
we're about to be going away. I will take it every single day that I'm away.
Yep.
I'm in a different time zone. I'm in different altitudes. I'm
Right.
eating different foods.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sleeping
yeah.
differently. I'm not
Yep.
in my own bed. Things
That's
are
right.
my body's challenged. I'm going to take it every single day. And then when I get home, I'll take a break for, a couple weeks. So that's how I like to do it. And probably similar to if you wanted to do your
Same
NAD
thing.
like that as well.
Same thing. If you were feeling like you're going into a change of environment where the body's under some different levels of stress, then that'd be the perfect time to just load it every single day.
Yep. Timing.
And wait, hold on, real quick though, just to be clear, you guys can take it every day. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
It's not going to shut your body's production down. I'm just suggesting that it just makes me feel better. It makes me a little more sense that, hey, I'd like the body to make its own too,
Sure.
right? To feel like
Right.
I don't need this every day.
There are certain bodies, though, that 100% need
I
it
do.
every
I
day.
agree.
And
I agree.
going back to same thing with
agree.
methylene blue, I will advise them taking it every single day. When you have severe mitochondrial dysfunction, you
True.
have a lot going on.
True.
Give your body the heavy, give it the support it needs. Now, when we talk about our dosing and that, like every other day or doing that's like maintenance dose. That's like to stay optimal, right? But if you
Yeah.
are way down there, you got to get there first to then
Sure.
maintain and stay optimized.
Sure.
Best time to take. Do you
Morning.
Okay.
Yep, morning. Earlier part of the day. We just did ours almost 4 o'clock. I don't think it's going to mess with our sleep, but it is just better to tie it to, right? Exactly.
I mean, because it can.
Daylight cycle.
Yeah, give a little bit energy here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else, other questions I had. Consistency, if you think it's something you forget, because sometimes when we don't have something every day, we
Right.
lose the little bit of
Oh, yeah, the reminder.
consistency we have in our
Yep.
timing. So, like, if you want to do it, say, like, hey, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, that's your days. Just try to set something that's going to help you remember to take it.
Exactly.
Can it be taken with other...
Yeah, exactly. It can. It doesn't have any drug interactions. It's very well tolerated. It's 100 milligrams per strip, so it's a good size dose. Absorption rate varies, depends on how much you're swallowing versus how much you're leaving in the oral cavity. But yeah, I mean, for 100 milligrams, you're going to get a decent sized effective dose. And so I think it's, like I said, very well tolerated, and there's no reason not to.
Right,
There's no reason not to.
Nice. Yeah, I just wrote down some kind of, like, these are supplement stacks. We did a little bit about, did we say about lifestyle, exercise?
We
talk
did.
about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
we did.
Okay, so like daily energy and focus. You have your NAD and your E3, put those together, or, organic coffee. Longevity, foundation, you add it into your, foundational 5. I mean, just great, I mean, again, it can be stacked with and onto anything, but you think of body composition, add it with your lean, just little things like it's going to enhance whatever you're doing.
Add it to the multivitamin, so you're making sure you get your niacin, your B3, niacinamide.
Yep, definitely. So there's so many, just great. It's a really great thing. I'm excited about it, and I think a lot of you guys are too.
Yeah.
After launching it today, my email already blew up with just excitement and questions. So I'm hoping that this is going to answer a lot. But again, if you have further questions on this, always make sure you email me. And I mean, timeline. Some people feel better pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe there's bigger cellular changes that need to take place that require more consistency. Again, that's why we talked about more consistency, daily use. So before you start assessing change, we always recommend about that 30 to 60 day minimum.
Yeah.
Before you start thinking
48 weeks. Yeah.
Does something work? You've got to give your body time. We don't respond that quickly, especially as we age. So everything takes time.
And dosing wise, you can go much higher. I mean, the IV drips go higher, and you could do 2 strips a day if that was a day that you just wanted to increase the dose. But again, move it around, figure out what works best for you.
Right. And I feel like we answered everything. You explained the difference between NAD+, NMN, NR. Will it keep you awake? Not necessarily, but focus on the earlier part of the day because it can, give you that energy feel. Can be stacked. Can be used long-term as part of your regular wellness routine. I mean, who shouldn't take it? Same goes for if you're pregnant, nursing, children, or complex conditions. Always speak to your doctor.
Yeah.
It's the biggest thing. That goes with everything. Yeah, so, I mean, again, very, very excited.
Awesome.
Price is amazing. Thank you guys so much. Remember, it's one of the most important molecules in the body for cellular energy, repair, recovery. It is a wonderful product. very excited to be able to bring it
lot
to
of
Live
benefits.
Good and share it with the world. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully this recording
Went well for you.
smooth as well.
See you next time, guys.